h1, I want to color h1, so just type h1 here, just h1, and then two curly braces. Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to the Quick Code channel, and today we are going to learn CSS in HTML5. I love your faces to see you here again, so let's start it. So our topic is styling in HTML with CSS. Now what is CSS actually? CSS is cascading style sheet. So CSS is actually cascading style sheets. Now what is this means? Actually these are those kind of style sheets that help the browser to display characters or tags or content with graphics. So our environment or our multimedia environment is surrounded with graphics, so we need CSS, and it is very important and have a very significant role in web pages. CSS describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on screen, paper, or in other media. CSS saves a lot of work, and it can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. And CSS can be added to HTML elements in three ways actually: the inline and internal and external. We learned so far the inline way, so today we are going to learn internal and external. So let me differentiate everything. I'm using these things because it will help you to revise all the stuff you learned so far. Inline and external. So come back here and press F5. So you can see CSS is a cascading style sheet, which is inline, internal, and external. These are the three ways to implement CSS. Now what is inline? Inline is something looks like this, or maybe in body. Background, it's my bad, I have to use style attribute first, then choose any color you want. So I'm going to use this dark green color. So just come here and press refresh, and you can see the color is changing. Now what is actually working here is inline styling. This is a way of adding CSS inline in the tags of HTML. But this is not a good way if you want to make your paragraphs colorful or with other kind of graphic, or if you have to apply some features on different tags at the same time. So how can you do this? Here internal and external CSS comes. So let's suppose if I have a paragraph with some dummy text like this, and if I copy it 3 times, now this is my text. So this is my text. Let's suppose I want to make its font size, or let's suppose I want to make its font color pink. Okay, so I just write color and pink. Come here, press F5. Now you can see the first paragraph have a color of pink, but the two paragraphs left as it is. So how can we solve this problem? There are two ways that we can just copy it and paste it here, and again paste it here. Now come back here and press F5, and you can see this. But this is not a good way, because if we have hundreds of paragraphs, so how can we do this? So there is a very simple and data trick, that is internal CSS. So I'm just building it all attributes from paragraph. Now you can see it here, it is just in white color. So to insert an internal CSS, just come inside the head tag and use style tag. Now what is style tag actually? There are two things: style tag and style attribute. Style attribute is a part of tags that gives additional information about things, but style tag actually a tag. So let's make it a tag, and inside tag we can target different kind of tags. Now how can we target? Just write the name of that tag, like h1. I want to color h1, so just type h1 here, just h1, and then two curly braces. Inside this curly braces our code comes. So I want to color it, so just write color and whatever color you want, like I want blue color. Come here and press F5. Now you can see it changes into blue color. Or if you want to make it red, just write red and press F5. Now you can see it changes into red color. So this is the h1 here is a selector. So I'm selecting heading 1, then the curly braces, and inside my curly braces my code comes. Now I can write another code like background color, and I want to make a antique white. Okay, now you can see this. I can also apply other features like font family and Helvetica. Now these three fonts, the VS Studio is giving us these three fonts. Why it is happening? Because in when we upload our site, and in some PC the fonts cannot be able to load because they don't have that font installed in their PC. So for this purpose we use three fonts. If Arial is not in their PC, then use Helvetica. If Helvetica is not in their PC, then use sans serif, and sans serif is by default in every PC. Okay, now come back here to document and press F5. Now you can see it changes in each font. So this is the very purpose of using the style, and you can make it more useful when we use it in paragraph tag. Just select P tag, paragraph tag. Okay, I have indented. It's totally up to you if you want to indent it or not, but you should indent it. Okay, this is my paragraph tag. Inside my paragraph tag I still use a selector of P, which means it is a paragraph tag. Okay, so now inside my paragraph tag I want to color it into red. I want to change its color into red, and then come here and press F5. Now as you can see, the color of three paragraphs changes into red without copy pasting to all these paragraphs like we did it earlier. Here we use a style attribute, then here. So this is the way of using style in HTML5 or maybe in previous versions also. So next thing is how we can use external style sheet. Now to use external style sheet, come here, and this is our document. So we have to make another document for external style sheet. So for this purpose, let's make some in arranged manner. So just I'm going to make a folder name as the quick code, and inside this the quick code I'm going to move my document and images. Okay, now I'm going to open it. Okay friends, so come here and just press on file, just create a new file, Control N for creating a new file. Just press Control N for creating a new file in the document, as a document. So I named it as my style .css. Now .css is the extension. This is the name of the file we saved it as. Just cut it from here, Control S or Control Shift S. You can use both. Control Shift S is save as, is for save as. Now we are in our desktop, then the quick code folder, and inside the quick code folder we are going to paste it here. We named it as my style.css. Now press save. Now you can see the icon of HTML and the icon of CSS. The CSS icon is something different from the HTML element. It will help you to judge which file is your CSS and which is HTML. Now the next thing is cutting this every stuff from here and come back here and press F5. Now you can see it is only applying to body because of style attribute, because of this style attribute. So now we are going to place our CSS file with, or we are going to link our CSS file with HTML file. Now how we can use this external CSS file with HTML file? So there is a very simple and easy way. Just come to the my first web page or whatever you named it as, and come here and write link and with CSS. So it will give you REL is meaning is relation. I want to link the relation of style sheet with the hyper reference of where my style is. So just I am going to tell that it is my style.css, This is my style.css that I just give the link here in the hyper reference attribute. Now this is my style.css and this is my first page web page.html, and I link this external style sheet within the head tag, and then background color to white and font color to black, something like this. Now I come back here and press F5. Now you can see the external style sheet is applying here. So this is the way of using external style sheet. Now you can use any kind of property here, like font size or font family. Now let's take a look what we have done. Now it converted into Korea and it is not looking good for me. Just I'm going to change it with helvetic. Now it is looking something good. So now come back here to my document, and now I'm going to show you something extra that we don't learn so far, which is another property is border. Just use border property. First give the how much border, what is the pixel of your border. First of all, give the pixel, how many pixel you want to include in your border. I want to include 1 pixel. Then there are different types of border, so just I'm going to use solid kind of border. Then what would you like to give its color? I just like to give its color black. Now come here to your document and press F5. Now here is a very different and slight change that you can't see because of the background color. So just we come here and remove this background color from here. Press F5. Now you can see the border is applying everywhere inside these paragraph tags. Okay, so this is another way of using CSS, and this is a new property that you learned, that border. Now you can use different kind of borders like dashed. Now you can zoom it and see this is dash border. You can also use dotted. Let me make its pixel 10. Convert each pixel into 10. Press F5. Now you can see it's very weird. So I think 5 pixel is enough. Yes, this is dotted border. You can use double border. Press F5 and it changes into double border. It is giving us double border. So this is another way of using. So this is a new property that you learned. So this is a very basic topic that we learned. Now if you want to make my web page these three paragraphs with a same property, like background color, you want to change its background color to something like this, and press F5. Now if you want to make these 3 paragraphs but without the first one, just you want to make these 2 paragraphs with this color and this paragraph with another color. So how can you do this? It's very simple. So just come to your Visual Studio, and here you can use another style attribute, and then the background color, and within background color use another color you want. So let's suppose I want this. Then press F5 and its color is changing. So this is the first way. Another way is using the ID. Now what are IDs? So don't worry if you don't know, we will talk about in CSS, but for now just think it is a individual selector. ID is an individual selector. So just use the ID attribute, and inside attribute named it as my ID or whatever you want to name it. Then just remember this name and come into your CSS document and let me again refresh it so you can see the colors are same. So just come to the style CSS my style.css document and use the ID attribute. So my ID is my selector, and to donate the ID use the hash symbol, and this is my another selector. So just inside the hash symbol you can use another background color, and every background color you can use control and press F5. Now you can see how you are able to use. Now you can also give it font size to large and press F5. Now you can see it is applying only to this because we give it as the identity. The ID attribute is the meaning, it is the identity, or it gives the identity to that tag. It is actually an identifier, so you can use it anywhere you want, but make sure that you don't misuse of it, like don't repeat its name in different tags. So make sure the another kind of selector is known as class attribute, and inside class attribute, like I want to name it as my class, and come here, and for this purpose just use dot. We denoted class with dot and then just my class, and then just come here and press refresh. Now you can see it's changing in different colors. So now what is the difference between class and ID? The the class attribute and the ID attribute. ID attribute you can use it only one time. It's a unique element or it's a unique identifier. But the class is the group. You can target group of tags or different kind of tags. Like I want to target this and I want to target this one also. So just here and come here and use the class attribute and named it my class. Named it as my class, and when I press F5, now you can see the first and the third paragraph is changing, or it's inheriting its properties from my style.css document within this class of my style. So we donate classes with dot and we donate IDs with hash. Okay, so keep it in mind. So this is the very basic topic that I want to tell you, but it is very important and it is very exciting for me because it is very easy to understand and it is very interesting topic. So we are going to revise everything. So the lecture is on styling in HTML5. So we make 3 paragraphs, and within paragraphs we want to style 3 ways of styling. So we style with we use inline styling, internal styling and external styling. So within inline styling we use the style attribute, the style tag inside the head tag, and for external styling we use the linked tag and with our attribute of relationship style sheet, and then href for hyper reference, and give the reference of my external style sheet that we created on the same folder. So this is my style, my style.css, and we use different kind of properties like background color, font size, font family, border. We learn this new property known as border property. And border property, first you have to give the pixel, how many pixel you want to make the border. Then you just need to give its type. You can search its type, border types in CSS, so you can use different kind of types here, and then just you can use the color if you want to use. So now you can see this, it's changing into the solid border. So this is another way of using these things. The next thing we learned is classes and IDs. So IDs is the identifier of that tag that we target, and class is another attribute that used for grouping things or grouping tags or grouping different kind of tags with same name. Like I'm using here my class and I'm again using here my class. So when I use my class with denoted with dot symbol, dot or period, then just come here and inside the my class dot my class letter, and whatever I write, it will apply to the third one and the first one, because both have the same. If you have any question about this topic, comment me down in the comment box and I will answer you. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.